Greetings, YouTube pipe smokers. PlanxtyPipes here. Slancha Estancha. St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow, so I thought I would come out and make a happy St. Patrick's Day video. Doing it a day early so that I can upload it for St. Patrick's Day. Just wishing you all the best. Health and wealth, as I said. Slancha Estancha, that's what that means. Thanks for joining me. Sitting here in my garage where I smoke my pipes. I'm not allowed to smoke inside the house. So I come out to the garage and I've got a little heater going. Hopefully that's not too loud. It's a little bit cold here. It's been fairly warm here in North Carolina, and then all of a sudden in the last couple of days a cold front has moved in, so it's been pretty chilly. But I'm warm here in the garage with the heater on. I've got myself my Peterson number 6 Donegal Rocky here, and I'm smoking a new blend that I've never smoked before. Well, an old blend that I've never smoked before. Peterson's Old Dublin. Figured it was appropriate for St. Patrick's Day to be smoking an Irish pipe with an Irish tobacco and having an Irish beer, a Guinness. So anyway, a special greetings to anyone who is a member of the Pipe Smokers of Ireland Facebook group. I just recently joined the Pipe Smokers of Ireland, so I just wanted to throw that out there since St. Patrick's Day is tomorrow. A special welcome to them. And I thought maybe since I hadn't smoked the Old Dublin before that I'd do a little review of that. First of all, I'll just say that I've been kind of absent for a little while because I came down with a cold. My son got the cold a few weeks ago, and then it moved on to my daughter, and then it moved on to my wife, and I thought I was in the clear, but unfortunately, right as my wife started getting better, that's when I started getting sick. So I haven't really been smoking my pipe much. I don't know, what do you guys think? Do you smoke your pipe when you have a cold? I did come out and have a pipe last night, and it was mildly enjoyable. I mean, I liked it. It was relaxing, but afterwards I just felt all the stuff in my head. It wasn't a lot of fun, and this morning I woke up and was just feeling kind of awful afterwards. I don't know if that was due to the pipe or just the cold itself, but I feel like I'm sort of on the mend here, so... And I felt like I couldn't let St. Patrick's Day go by without doing a video at least. So, I guess onto my mini review of the Peterson Old Dublin. Yeah, it's really a very decent blend. I bought it because I heard that it was kind of similar to Dunhill 965, which I really like. And it's definitely in that same vein. I think it's technically a Scottish blend, since it has Cavendish in with your typical Latakia, Virginia, Oriental kind of English profile blends. And that Cavendish kind of sweetens it up and smooths it out, just very similar to 965. Doesn't taste exactly like 965, but it's good. I'd be hard pressed to choose which one I like better. It's got kind of similar ribbon cut to Dunhill tobaccos, although the last Dunhill that I smoked, the last new tin of Dunhill that I opened was the Elizabethan mixture, and it was a very fine ribbon, almost shaggish. And this is a little bit, it's a little bit wider than that. See if I can get the camera to focus on it. I don't know. You can see. Kind of a fine ribbon. Lots of dark brown, light brown. A little bit of the really dark brown from the Latakia. It's got kind of that typical 965 type of a smell, where it's smoky but a little bit sweet, and you can smell the orientals, a little bit of the incense like oriental aroma. Taste is smooth, very smooth. It's got that typical Latakia smokiness, and it's got that nutty kind of flavor that 965 has, but I'm noticing a little bit of a leathery type component that I don't really notice in 965. It's almost more like Sam Gallus Squadron Leader in that respect. Or maybe a little bit like Early Morning Pipe. It's yeah, it's got that leathery kind of retrohale. If you blow it out through your nose, you get kind of that leathery thing. Now, granted, like I said, I'm still getting over the end of a cold, so it's a little bit difficult to pull out some of this stuff. I'm also getting, I know this is a weird thing to describe in tobacco, but I'm also getting a little bit of like, almost like what a plastic Band-Aid smells like in the retrohale. And it's not like off-putting or weird or something like that. It's like that's the only thing that my brain's making a connection to with that. It's a little bit sweet and a little bit sour, kind of like 965. A little bit salty, but not overly salty. Just overall a really good medium kind of English blend. It's nothing that's going to knock your socks off if you've had or if you enjoy typical English style blends like 965 or even like White House or White Knight or Black House. Like I said, it's kind of in that same vein as like Squadron Leader, EMP, 965. It's not as like robust and complex as like a Nightcap or a Penzance or even Black House. Really, there's some mild similarities, but there's not a lot of that really super smoky, intense incense kind of profile. Good stuff though. I could see myself smoking this quite a bit. It's not too often these days that I open a new tin of tobacco. I have a bunch of tins, as you might have seen from my cellar tour. I've got a bunch of tins that are there to be opened, but I have so much opened and jarred up that I try to kind of smoke through one of my mason jars before I open up a new tin, just so that I don't have like 50 open blends at any given time. But I thought with it being St. Patrick's Day, it was kind of apropos to open up a Irish tobacco. So I had a tin of this Old Dublin and a tin of Irish Flake, and I actually let my wife decide. I said, what do you think, Old Dublin or Irish Flake? She said she liked the name of Old Dublin better, and she liked the tin better, so I let her choose. Which... ultimately it was a good choice since Old Dublin is a Latakia blend, which is what I usually prefer, especially when drinking Guinness. And my Peterson pipes that I have, both of them, I tend to smoke Latakia out of. So I would have made an exception and smoked the Irish Flake out of this for St. Patrick's Day, but this way I just keep it the way that I normally do it. Like I said, enjoying some Guinness here, which is hands down my favorite beer to drink while smoking. I find, well, Guinness or Murphy's. I really like Murphy's Stout too. And probably any nitro stout would be okay. I feel like the nitro stout, since the carbonation isn't as prickly, or it's not as spicy or something like that as a hoppy like IPA or a, I don't know, something else. If you smoke a pipe and you have a tendency to get any kind of tongue bite, or even just your tongue gets a little hot towards the end of your bowl. For me, I don't get a lot of tongue bite, but if I'm smoking a bowl, towards the end of the bowl, my tongue starts to get hot. And if I'm drinking an ale or something that is very carbonated, it kind of burns my mouth a little bit, like drinking a Coke or something would. So I actually really prefer to drink Guinness or Murphy's when I'm smoking my pipe. And they just go the best with a lot of Kia blends to me. That coffee kind of thing that you get in those stouts, the coffee, like dark chocolate kind of notes, they tend to pair well with that smokiness of the Latakia. Now I was even gonna say, in the tin, the Old Dublin, you get a little bit of a dark chocolate note as well. You might even notice it a little bit as I'm smoking it too. Yeah, it's a little bit of that dark chocolate flavor as well. So if you like a lot of Kia blends, or even if you're new to a lot of Kia blends, this one's a pretty good. It's a pretty good intro blend, I would think. It's a lot of Kia because it's not overly smoky, and it's got that sweetness from the Cavendish, and it's got that nuttiness. So it's not as overpowering like some of the other a lot of Kia blends can tend to be. So anyway, happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. Slancha is Tancha, and thanks for joining me. Take care until next time.